Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend. And I am here on Independence of the Seas, one of my favorite ships. And actually, with some recent changes to Freedom of the Seas, she may be my favorite. But I wanted to bring you one of the newer cabins on board Independence of the Seas. I am sitting in Stateroom 1803, which is located on the 12th floor all the way forward. So it is past you got the pool on the 11th floor. On the 12th floor is where you've got the walking drag. We're all the way forward, so there's not many rooms up here because it was reclaimed space, if you will, from the spa. So they built these out a few years ago, so the room's going to look a little bit different than the other rooms on Independence of the Seas. I didn't like the room when I got into it, I'll be honest with you. Like, I walked in and I was like, oh, this is weird. It's longer, it's elongated, there's cabinets and drawers for days, and it is just a weekend cruise. So I don't really need all this. And my desk isn't that terribly big, but I'm going to show you all that. Let me jump into the full walking tour of Independence of the Seas, Interior Stateroom 1803. All right, welcome to the outside of Stateroom 1803. I don't know if I can show you, but that is kind of the end of the hallway way up there. That's how you get outside. So you want to be close to the pool. That is going to be a great spot for you. It is one floor down, as I mentioned before, but if you want to be on the walking track, you want to be getting direct sunlight, it is a great spot to be on, because you just walk outside and you're right there. So this room, as you can see, when you walked in, it opens up differently. Normally you're used to walking directly into a room. This room you walk into shelves and then you turn to the side. So there are only, I think, 2 interior cabins in this section on the 12th floor. And this is what it looks like. It opens up to the right. I think the other one probably opens up to the left, which is on the back side of this one. But you see, it is still a decent sized room. When I first got here, I didn't know if the room was the same kind of size or if it felt higher. I think it was just the layout. I think it's the same size, if not maybe a little bit bigger. But you still are going to have a king size bed. This is slept well. It's been a little bit hard, I'll be honest, but the pillows have been good. And you've got 2 reading lights on each side, including nightstands on each side. Coming over to the left side, there's not a room to get by. So I'm like up against the wall every time I go by over there. But the right-hand side, if you have mobility issues, is going to be a little bit easier for you to access. There is no plug by the bed, so that is one down feature that it does not have, but it does have a full-length mirror pretty close by. So coming back over to the desk area, this is where, you know, I see a little bit of a difference in the other rooms on Independence of the Seas and other Voyager class, because the desk is small. They have prioritized cabinetry, giving you plenty of storage options, and the desk section is just super teeny. So you're going to see all the way up top, you have some shelves above your TV. You're going to have some really good drawer space down below. So if you're taking Independence for a longer sailing, let's say a transatlantic, this is going to be an awesome room for you to store everything. The desk here, I mean, this chair, first of all, is really low to the ground. The first time I sat in, I was like, oh, wow, like I'm on the ground almost. So I've been sitting on pillows there to prop me up a little bit, to put my computer up here and have my hands at least at a decent angle. You're going to have a few plugs up here. These are the only ones in the cabin. So you've got 2 American ones here. I keep mine here so that I can show you what I do with my 10-foot cord is I just toss it over onto the bed, and that's where I sleep. So I sleep on the left side. It goes on the right side. This way I also don't have to have a trip hazard. So if I put it on the nightstand on the right, chances of my foot grabbing it in the middle of the night when I get up, pretty strong. I've proven that one time and time again. So I try not to do that. But you do have the power for the mirror is going to be over here, your 2 American plugs, and you've got 1 European plug as well if you want to bring a converter. This little guy here does actually work. So I don't know if you'll hear it. So I think they've got it turned off now. But when I came in the room, there was music playing in here. There's a speaker down below the desk. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I had music blaring when I came in. So I had to adjust that and turn it off. But that is how you do it. You will have your small little safe here. But again, more storage, plenty of storage. And the hairdryer in here, I know these get a lot of bad raps. This one's actually really good. You turn it on, it stays on. So I have appreciated this one. It doesn't have that button that you have to press and hold. You're also going to have a cooler down here that you can store some items if you need to. I haven't checked out to see if it's cool. It's, I mean, lukewarm in there maybe. But on the other side, you're going to have some closet space. So I'll back up, try to show this to you. Again, pretty good size closet space. I do keep my shoes down here and my suitcase. For me, on a weekend, I mean, you can see there is a ton of space here that you can store things. And on the other side, you're going to have even more shelves, which I really appreciate. There's no way that I can use all this, even if I was here for a 7-night. This is a bit overkill. Let me come over to this side. I always love showing you guys the dot, where we're at. So on this ship, you see we're that red little dot right there, all the way forward on deck 12. So when I say we are at the very forward part of the ship, it is for deck 12. We are at the very forward part. So you see the ship actually is going to extend a little bit further. Coming over, I'll also say this thermometer, this is about as cold as I keep it. This room has run extremely cold. So if you like a cold room, I can attest that this room has stayed on the chilly side. Coming into your bathroom, you're going to have the updated type of amenities inside of the bathroom. So you look at the faucet, you look at the wood grain, that is all from the newer style that they've been building. So there's decent shelving over on the left, good counter space. You know, I always look for that. And there is space down below too. My biggest pet peeve in this room, and this is a small thing, is the toilet paper, for whatever reason, is at a little bit of an angle. And every time I go to use the bathroom, I knock it and it falls onto the floor, which isn't great. I also started traveling with a hanging bag so that, you know what, I don't have to unpack all of my toiletries every single day. And unfortunately, the older I get, the more toiletries I feel like I need to bring with me to make sure that I keep everything up. You're going to have a shower. I've had decent water pressure, great temperature on it. And you're going to have your double duty body wash and hair stuff. I recommend bringing your own. That is fine, I think, as a body wash, but I don't trust it with this gray hair of mine. And you're going to have, of course, the plastic doors that are going to close around to make sure that you don't get water everywhere. All right, everybody, so that is a down and dirty quick tour of Independence of the Seas Stateroom 1803 here on the 12th floor. It has been a good room. I like this room. I would do it again, especially if I'm doing a longer sailing for all of these cabinets, or if you're just somebody who has to bring everything with you when you go on a vacation. This is going to be a great room for you. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon. And if you ever want to cruise with me, make sure you're checking on the group cruise newsletter down below to stay involved with all group cruises that are coming up. And so I can hopefully see you on that weekend cruise.